Hey, good morning. I wanted to talk for a minute about the concept of a psychological country and help to describe what that might look like for you. Back in high school, my friends would tease that the inside of my head, my thoughts and brain were not a safe place to walk around by yourself. It was a joke, but they unintentionally were describing what their impression of my psychological country was. We each live at a boundary, and we've talked about this before in other ideas of internal versus external world. You live at the boundary of two worlds, and that internal world ends up being your own psychological country. Do you have a concept of what that world looks like? How does it appear to you? Is it in black and white? Is it monochromatic and doesn't have any color or texture? Is it an old dilapidated part of a city? Is it a vast wasteland of tundra or desert? How do you experience your internal world? And are there things that you can do to change that? Taking some time to think about how you conceptualize that space. Is it an urban setting? Is it like Detroit 10 years ago that was lots of empty buildings in the middle of a city with feral packs of dogs running around? Or is it the Detroit now that's trying to rebuild itself with urban gardens and community efforts to build? Are there neighborhoods inside your psychological country that are not safe to go in because of all of the negativity and fear that exists there? Thinking of it in this way gives you the opportunity to make changes. The ability to be able to say, this negative thought doesn't need to be here. This part of my belief system of who I am as a person needs to stop. And being able to tear down old things that aren't safe or that are negative and fearful and rebuild them with something else becomes something that you're able to adapt and modify. Taking some time to figure out, where is it that you live? Is it a facade? Is it like the Truman Show where that everything that you see looks like it is going well, but behind it is something else? And figuring out how that works gives you the ability to modify and change it. Take some time and think about that. How do you experience your psychological world? That psychological landscape of who you are, who lives there, how do they behave, what do they say, how do they act, and where are the negative parts of you that might be able to be taken out or repaired or built up into something that is more useful, more positive, and a better way of treating yourself internally, because you are worth that effort of rebuilding the internal world as much as the rebuilding the external world around us. Take some time to think about that. Start to map that out for yourself. I would be happy to help you in developing that conversation and continue that conversation to a deeper level, but there is a lot of power and value in being able to create that awareness, because it ends up reflecting out here in the external world, and that ends up being how you appear to those around you. I'm John Rhoads. I hope that you're able to find purpose and meaning in your daily life.